this will be a little bit of a different kind of video.
This is Quantum Creation Effects, where they make some of the coolest specialty costumes for the biggest feature films. And I got a tour from the founder, Christian Beckman, who's been a part of massive projects like Tron Legacy, Black Panther, Thor, Watchmen, Captain America, and so much more. It was fascinating learning how these costumes are made and work in Hollywood feature films.
This is crazy. I've never seen stuff like this before.
This is my lobby. I have almost 20 years this month. I try to pack my lobby with as many cool displays as possible, but variations of different projects, because you never know who's going to walk in, what costume designer or costume supervisor, directors, what their needs are, what they're looking for. And it'd be nice if they see something that resembles kind of what they're looking for. And it's like, oh, you know what? That looks like the character I want to do.
Let's go through some of these. Let's talk. What did you do for these?
Okay, so these two characters are from Tron Legacy that came out in 2010. We did all the hero characters, all their costumes. We did 20 costumes. It's exactly like this. This is probably the most challenging job I've ever taken on.
An actor is actually wearing this suit, right?
Actors, stunt guys, all wearing these suits.
Stunt guys, does that like worry you when you see a stunt guy putting on one of these suits?
It always does, because stunts has to be approached in a different manner, especially for these suits, because all the stunts had lights as well. And what you don't see is like there's wiring harnesses, there's wires all throughout the suit.
So this is like a mixture of different. Is this 3D printed? How are you guys making this stuff?
So these type of suits would be sculpted, molded, and cast in foam, the whole suit. But then back then we started, getting into the hybrids of fabric, spandex fabric that had a dimensional print on it. Okay, and then we would use those in high movement, high functioning areas, and then we did the foam on the bulkier areas that you want to have more depth, dimension, armor, if you will.
Yeah.
As a rule of thumb, you want to have, I think we discussed this for your film actually, was trying to get 3 suits. You have one on the actor, one on the rack, ready to go if you need to replace the actor one quickly, and usually one in the back in the workroom, fixed from the day before. But that's depending on the technique you're going to use. One day shooting, something's going to go wrong with it, and you're going to have to fix it.
And suits like this, they're filming this on camera, in camera and everything, but then they're going through with CGI to enhance things or change things quite a bit, or?
Okay, so you might have some buckling or some wrinkling in certain positions of the arm or whatever, there might be some cleanup going on there. The lights were all practical, but they were amped up and or color changing, that was all, VFX are going to add that too.
One of the things I've actually thought about for my feature film potential is like thinking about where to put some lights that you could use practically in certain situations, or to evoke whatever emotion needed in those situations. But I feel like there's a lot to talk about.
There is. Absolutely.
And then you guys make the props too, eh?
We make a lot of props. Yes.
Is this pick-upable or no?
Oh yeah. These characters are from ObiWan, and this was a lot of fun because we actually did from head to toe these costumes.
And would that be like a costume designer or director or whoever, like, we need the suit to be so that they can move around more, and so then you can't go this way, you have to go more this way? Is that like?
Sure. I mean, that's always taken in consideration, is trying to get the comfort factor, but trying to get the mobility. So it's got a nice combination of molded, casted parts.
Yeah.
We also have a nice combination of, like, this is more of an armored part, but it's fabricated. It's fabricated in a fashion where you can take foam pieces and build up your shapes, your dimension, and then you can wrap it in a fabric or a leather or any kind of finished material you want.
These are so cool.
All right, show me more.
Watchmen, Ozymandias character, again, full head to toe sculpted molded, cast and foam fabrication techniques underneath to hold that thing together, and very, very mobile suit, actually. I mean, a lot of fighting went on in these suits and a lot of mobility, but it's all painted like a high auto body finish.
Right.
All made to look metal.
Right.
Again with this, hand sculpted, molded, cast in a foam, made to look like metal. This is the comedian from Watchmen again. So we did technically 3 characters, like leather fabrication, building up a lot of dimension here and thicknesses.
So this is real leather.
Real leather, and we try to use synthetics whenever possible.
But this is like a totally different kind of suit now compared to those foam suits.
This is a different suit, yes. This guy's different.
Give me some history on this project.
This is the Predator. I think we did this about 10 years ago. So another company would build the creature that's underneath there, and then we built the costume to go over it, all the armor, the helmet, mask.
This one is huge. Is that because the actor was huge? Or?
Yes, it's a very big character. And the performers that actually wore that, they're big, they're tall. Probably only 2 of these out there. This one and the one that was used in the movie. So
that's crazy.
I like that.
What is this?
This is our display from Screamboat, and it just came out. And it's a really cool little film. We're trying to sell the idea of like a character being about 3 foot tall. And he's running around a ferry boat and he's killing people. But in order to kind of sell this, we had 2 things going on here. We had the actual scale puppet. So I would puppeteer this thing on that ferry, in different various corners and attack people with it.
So this is the actor version of this little guy.
Exactly. Now, this was to achieve like more of the performance and have him come through as his character. We would have him in a prosthetic makeup and a full suit. But obviously the scale is different. We would shoot all his stuff on an LED screen and superimposed backdrop of the interiors of the ferry.
I could have spent days with Christian asking questions.
I wish I had some of these when I was a kid.
I had no idea what goes into making these suits and keeping them going on set.
Now we're in like next level area. What is happening? If my kid was here, he would be so freaking pumped right now.
Fallout Season 1, we worked on that. We made a practical version big puppet of the Gulper, and it's a lot bigger than this. It's 2 to 3 times bigger than this, actually. This is kind of a maquette, basically. But we built from the nose to about mid-back. And it's just a big puppet that had a big mouth that, we could put actors or stunt people in. They could be swallowed up, And, the Gulper is very much a CGI character, a visual effects character.
Yeah.
But it was nice to have a practical version on set, and the actors can interact with, and then they can do their CGI augmenting and whatever they did after that. But
have you ever watched actors react to some of your creatures that like you've made and then they get to see for the first time on set?
I do, and I do always get a kick out of it because it's always pretty much always like it's met with really a lot of enthusiasm, and kind regard. They're pretty happy when they see this stuff. Because a lot of times they don't even see it until it hits set. They might see designs, it's always a surprise.
Yeah, and I feel like you're like doing half the actor's job because you're making it way easier to act when you have something to kind of react to or whatever, or to at least picture or imagine like, oh, this is what they're gonna be like,
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about performance and whatever it takes to get there. Like we talked about some of those suits, and wearing those suits and or like prosthetic makeups, it can give an actor a little more boost of delivering that character.
Yeah.
It all helps. Or not. Or it just frustrates the hell out of them and they just can't perform.
Or they hate you.
It can go either way.
Why did you make this suit like that?
Exactly. This is our mold shop. This is where once sculptures are made, 3D prints are made, we mold them. And then we use the molds to cast out of any material that we want. I was telling like for Jabari tribe, this is like more of a urethane foam. It's very soft, good for stunts, very flexible, very comfortable. These are a hard urethane. but it still has good flex to it, but it's like a harder piece.
Got a lot of printers in here. And you're the computer wizard over here?
Yes, sir.
Love it.
Yep.
Is that like the top of the line over there, or what's going on? Are these?
Yeah, it's the resin printers to get the nice cleaner material. Like, here's an example of something that was printed in resin. You can get details a lot better. Like this is something, nice details. And this is something printed in FDM. You can see a lot more layers, but you can get something quicker and you can get more durable things out of this. So those are all the filaments, and then these are all the resin.
Your ability must have increased by like a lot when 3D printers like this started coming out. Like this, I feel like this would have been like an AI moment, where it's holy crap, we can do crazy things now.
It's definitely helped a lot because, especially, like I was trying to tell you earlier, like things that are very symmetrical, very perfect looking, you can achieve that with a computer very quickly. It's all about R&D all the time. We're using tools all the time and we're using them for what they're meant for, but then we're experimenting with different ways of hybriding things, and especially with materials, and sometimes we try to make things do what they're not supposed to do, but we try to figure out a way if we can. Yeah, there's a lot of R&D.
It was like going to a filmmaking museum, and I just wanted to get on set to see these things in action.
I love how you just walk by all these like crazy things. Like, wait, what what's going on here?
Well, hey. So this is what I'm trying to get done by tomorrow and painted and everything I have this crazy idea at Monsterpalooza this weekend to let people sit and ride on the Rancor and get their photos.
This tour made me realize how many different ways there are to be creative in the filmmaking world. Not everybody has to be a director or a DP.
What have I gotten myself into?
Or onto.
All right, that should
Okay.
be cool. Thanks, man.